Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport, the first one after Christmas. Merry Christmas. I hope you all had a lovely time with your friends and family, or whatever you did. I hope you had an awesome time with that, and are looking forward to the new year. And actually, while we're on the topic, a little bit of a question of the day to jump right into things. What did you get for Christmas? What did you get other people for Christmas? If anything, that's kind of more important. What did you get other people for Christmas? I feel like giving, you feel better when you're giving than when you're receiving a lot of the time. So, hey, let me know what you got other people for Christmas. Now, before we get into anything else, since it's the start of the week, he says, being Thursday, I'm actually recording this on the day of output for once because I'm lazy. But also, yeah, time to thank new patrons. And this week we've got Michael Fury, who upped his pledge, which is awesome of you, as well as Cutsy and Philip Holland joining the Patreon crew. So that is incredibly awesome of all of you guys and all of you that are already over there. Merry Christmas to everyone over there as well. It's really, really cool going into the new year. Yeah, gonna get that Discord server set up soon, I promise. And someone asked in the comments, no, it won't cost to join it or anything like that. I might have a little Patreon section in there, but it'll be open to everyone that's on the channel, basically. Now, this is John Aoro. You all know him as my sort of golden child at the moment. Bruno Bridges has not fallen out of favour with me, but we're not getting on so much this year, whereas John Aoro he's tearing things up, frankly, as a 17-year-old in League One and still got that 5-star potential. He's basically, according to my scouts anyway, as good as Shea Tilt on that side. So I do wonder if by the end of the season, Aoro might well have made this position his own. But again, it's up to these two to fight it out. I'm having no part in this. I've heard whispers that John Aoro has trademarked Johnny O's as a new cereal brand in order to secure his finances when he eventually retires from football. I cannot wait. I'm sure there'll be a hit back in his home country and all over the world. Nice one, John Aoro, a fellow Johnny O. Nick and John Aoro are brothers. Before the match, their dad promised to give them £10 to the brother that scored the most goals in the match. They made a dastardly 4-step plan. Step 1, ask both teams to let each other score 1 goal at the start of the game. 2, neither of them score for the rest of the game. 3, convince their dad that as they both scored the most goals that they deserved the tenner. Laugh all the way to the bank. Executed to perfection. What more can I say? But as you can see, his stats are actually going up quite nicely. And one of the things I like, I don't know if this probably was in previous games or just an idiot, is the ability to compare the stat changes. Now, I swear you sometimes on players can do it longer than this. And on my laptop, I swear I can go back further on some players, but maybe it's just because of how long they've been there. I don't know. So he's actually playing as a winger on attack, not winger on support. I don't know why it's got that one set up. We'll just sort that out now. There we go. So, as you can see, over the last 12 months, there have been some definite improvements. Firstly, his long throws, because reasons. His passing's improved, which is nice. Corners, but also crossing and dribbling gone up too. First touch, which is nice. A few little mental ones going up as well, including his positioning, so that can't be bad. And some of the physicals too, particularly strength. That's important for that one to increase quite quickly. Stamina improving, his balance, acceleration. He's definitely improving as a player, and he's still only 17. In fact, no, it has to be 12 months because he's still only 17. I think I might have been thinking of Bruno Bridges. Anyway, we've had a couple of games off camera. One in the Checkatrade Trophy, pretty meaningless game, and one in the league. Before today, we've got the big boy game, the big one away, I think it is, anyway, it's been so long, at Peterborough. I've literally not played FM in nearly a week, so I think it's scheduled, right? So against Carlisle in the Checkatrade Trophy, we rotated a little bit in this game. Again, Louis Molden putting in a solid performance. Tom Dallison gave them the lead, but Olamide Shadipo scored for us in the 96th minute. And we only had that minute because Vashon Nurfil went off injured. Paris Magoma also got injured in this match. We've had quite a few injuries this month, unfortunately. But we did pull ourselves out the bag there. We only had 3 minutes of stoppage time when we scored in the 96th one. We played through to the 98th. Unfortunately, we then went out on penalties. Didn't matter, though, because in the Checkatrade Trophy, you get a point for a penalty loss because apparently this is hockey. Next up, we're at home to Plymouth. Unfortunately, this one was a bit of a mess of a game. We got an early injury of Max Sanders, even though it isn't showing up here. It must have been like a niggly kind of injury, but I brought him off anyway because it looked like he wasn't going to be able to continue. And then we ended up having another injury not long after that as Osman KK went off. But eventually we ended up with Matt Casey playing as right back until I could sort of rejig things at half time. But we took the lead. That's the thing in this one. Olamide Shadipo gave us the lead, and then Plymouth just flipped it on us with goals from Nathan Thomas, Ruben Lamaris, and Callum Johnson. We were 3-1 down at home at half time, and that's when I rejigged things. Then we sort of looked a lot better. Got a goal back straight away in the second half through Jake Cope, but then they did get a penalty and Anthony Sarcevic put it in the back of the net. Chris Thorpe grabbed us another one back late on in this match, but it just wasn't enough in the end. And it was just the melee of all the injuries and having to move positions around. Having players like Matt Casey playing as right back was never going to work, and eventually we did shuffle things around a little bit. Still didn't turn out great for us though, as we were beaten 4-3 at home by Plymouth. Not great, really. This was a definitely winnable game, and we really have screwed the pooch on this one. Liam Miller now has got his first appearances for Canada, and as a result, his wage has gone up to $5,000. Apparently, he's a Canadian international in real life already, so it's weird that FM didn't have that modelled in, but there you go. It's not that much more money, and it's cool to have an actual international youngster playing in our team, and he is apparently now championship quality. My scouts reckon he is a good player for the championship, so that really does say something about what we've managed to sign in this guy. He does have a release clause, though, and that concerns me. It's of nearly £3 million, but, you know, in the summer, I would hate to lose him. I really would. Honestly, I don't care whether he's Canadian, Swiss, German, or Slovakian, as long as he keeps putting in those crosses. Right, the first of our live comps today is away against Peterborough. We've then got Colchester in the second one, and then after that, in the next episode, we'll do like a big batch off camera so we can finally, because I've done like a lot of double live comps recently, and it's meant that we've had to not do so much stuff about the team, and I like doing that stuff. I've just whacked the microphone. Apologies. Now, obviously, we're missing a few players. Kakay's out with his gash lower leg. Paris Magoma's still out with that pulled calf muscle. Luckily, we've got all the midfielders in the world. We are literally like doomsday preppers if instead of canned food, you had centre mids. Just realised I haven't actually shown you the league table. There is the league table. We're 6 points off the top. Peterborough did actually lose, I think, a game in hand that they might have had. So we're still only 6 points off the top, but Birmingham can go much, much closer to them if they win their game in hand, which, of course, isn't actually today. And they're playing Rochdale today, who are struggling right down at the bottom. Interesting that Barnet have actually pulled themselves off the bottom of the league, above Northampton Town. Right, do a switcheroo. Got a lot of men to change around. Actually, that's a pretty strong lineup, to be fair, although I don't really want Gribbin up top. I definitely do still want Chris Thorpe to maintain his spot in the lineup. Is Shadipo really the man? Yeah, he probably is, actually, because Miller's a little bit knackered. So Mide Shadipo looks like... basically, Miller came back from international duty wasted, it would appear. Probably drinking all those tiny little bottles of vodka you get on the plane. So, yeah, he's not been fit for a little while. We're going to have to go with Shadipo today. Is Booty really the man I want in that position? He is not that type of player for me. I'd much rather have... You know what? I'd much rather give Alec Moodymoo a try. He's not really played that much this year. He's missed the last 18 matches, which I think is all of them. And I feel like he played so well for us last year. He deserves to get a try out this year. Got to give all the midfielders a run. Everybody else, though, is pretty good. Thorpe, Shadipo, Aoro or Tilt. Aoro or Tilt. Since we've spoken so much about Aoro and he's slightly fitter, we'll go with Aoro for today. Moodymoo and Davidson, Rösler, yeah, that's what we want. Nurfield, John, Gray, Bruno Bridges, and of course, Louis Molden. On the bench, Murphy, Poole, Booty, Miller, Doherty, Sanders, and Gribbin. Yes, I know, Regan Poole can't play as a libero because you need a back three to play, but apparently you can actually do it in a back two, but you have to move the player into the middle like that, and then it will give you the option to set them as a libero. Not that you'd ever want to do that, but that's the case. The reason I was so confused about it is because I couldn't understand. I just figured if people were telling me to play him as a libero, it didn't mean changing the entire system in order to do it. That's why I was a bit confused about it. Well, that's my excuse anyway. This was always going to be a tough game. They've got a regen in the team. That's all I care. Whereas we have 5 of them. 5 regions in our team already. We're only in the 4th season of this save. I'm super happy with that. And not only that, but 1, 2, 3 of them have come through our youth academy. And that is something I don't think I've ever been able to say on one of these saves. I think we've really done the good job in the youth academy because I don't think we can increase our recruitment any more than we have. I'm very much looking forward to March this year. We might be able to get some quality. I do, however, feel like if we've got any chance at keeping up with the likes of Peterborough and Birmingham, we're going to have to get a win over one of these guys eventually. Here we go. Okoro's ball in. Rösler? Oh, wait, what the? Hang on. Why is it saying George Cooper is offside? Anybody? The defender clears it against Shadipo, and then it goes in the back of the net. I know the guy on the line is technically in an offside position, but he's not interfering with play, surely. That can't... I know that... Oh, my lord. That one feels a little bit not right to me, but okay. We'll move on. We've got to win the match on our own terms. Molden to... Oh, God, Louis, mate, come on. What a save. If he... To be fair, he's broken even on that piece of play. That is the most I will give him credit for, breaking even. A ridiculous pass, followed by an outrageous save. And now Moodymu's bruised his shin. We'll see how he does, but I don't really want to keep on injured players. You know what? We're going to bring Gribbin in there. It's something a bit different. Have him as a box-to-box player for this match. Have an extra bit of passing ability in that position. It might just help us. You never know. Gribbin with the free kick now. Can he bend one of the back posts for someone? He can! Oh, it's gone in, and it's Colin Rösler with the goal. Peterborough 0, Stockport County 1. This is what we needed. Right about now, what a ball that is from Callum Gribbin. We've scored one like this earlier this year, I think. What about that for the angle? But then Rösler rising highest, in off the post. It's a strange one. He's scored 2 goals this year for us. What is this camera angle as well? Okay, so half-time. Peterborough probably the better side now. They've really stepped it up on possession in this end of the first half, but we do lead through Colin Rösler's goal from a free kick. If we can hang on for a win here, this would be massive. We've got to go after Collier. Second half, pretty much the same as the first. I might try counter press, although I'm not sure. I don't think we've got enough of the ball to really be risking getting turned out of position even more, frankly, although it might help us win a bit more of it back. Maybe go get stuck in for the second half. Shadipo brings it away, though. We've got Miller on the bench, I think. Inside for Thorpe. Oh, look at the space for Aoro. That's tough. Aoro's through, though. Oh, that dribbling ability, man. He got in there and managed to go us a corner. Uh-oh. It's kind of been all Birmingham in this... Not Birmingham, all Peterborough in this second half here, and I'm a bit concerned. Look at this. Absolute... Oh, god damn it. They had about 4 shots at it, and Taylor Harwood-Bellis gets the strike in the end. They probably do just about deserve it. We haven't created enough tonight, but I thought we'd escaped here. Initial good save from Molden, well, sort of. And then the follow-up shot is well saved by Molden as well. There's another follow-up here, which is well saved. The pass off and then a lovely finish. What is this camera angle? Why is director showing us all from this angle now? Taking points off of Peterborough is a good thing, I suppose, but we're in a position to maybe get a win over our rival at the top. Northville. Miller. Maybe? Oh, what a save from DeBee. That could have been the winner. Miller, you can see the difference he makes when he's in the team. He's just got that little bit extra. And maybe we should have started him, but he'd have been so knackered. Maybe he would have been better off starting though. Davidson! And DeBee! Miller on the rebound. We can't quite get the goal. I think this is probably going to finish 1-1, but we've given it a good shot towards the end here, that's for sure. Northville just lump it in the box, and full time, even though we'd won a corner. Peterborough 1, Stockport 1, probably a pretty fair result on this one. Mide Shadipo had a poor day. Rösler had a good one. If we just could have cleared our lines once more, we could have got the win. But a draw is a good result against the top of the table team away from home. We've lost to a lot of them, so taking points here and looking quite solid. I'm a fan of that. Right then, guys, we're back on the day of the game at home to Colchester. We need to get back to winning, really. I mean, the Plymouth game was not great, really, was it? And then Peterborough as well. We just seem to have stuttered after a really solid start. I mean, we're still right up there, which is fine, but I just want to find some form against some of the slightly lesser teams in this league now, because I do feel like we can push for promotion this year, and I'd still be disappointed to miss out now that we got up there, you know? Chris Thorpe is still going to start up front, though. I'm not having any of that. Kake, is he really the player we want? I mean, we don't have much choice, do we? He's actually played better than Bridges this year, unfortunately for him. Booty, perhaps, in there, yeah. I'm all right with that as a sort of setup. I trust my assistant on this particular occasion. Liam Miller still hasn't recovered that much, but he's going to have to go out there and do something for us today. I'm pretty content to go with that. I'm still trusting Chris Thorpe this year. I think he will get better, as we can see that he's clearly going to anyway, based on his potential. We do need to help him get to that point, but I do feel like he's definitely the man for the job at the moment, until we can find ourselves a truly brilliant deep-lying forward that can just do everything we need him to do. And, you know, he's come the closest so far. This one does need to be a win. Ooh, they've got a regen as well. I'm going to keep pointing them out. I love a regen. Someone said that Andy Davidson has the nose of an alcoholic, so yeah, and is he even old enough to drink? Yes, he's just turned 18. Okay, let's get back to winning ways. Just go out there, have a nice, cushy, hopefully, game. Go out there and get ourselves a league win after all, because it's not like we're out of sight of the teams behind us by any stretch of the imagination. Oh my god, Thorpe's already through. Oh, Chris, what a chance. Colchester put that on a plate for us. Simone, we've got to get to him before he plays the ball in behind like that. Harrison! What a save from Molden again. He just pulls these out the bag. It's incredible. Kake. Booty loses out immediately there, Smodix. All the way through, and Molden makes a save again. Great stuff, Louis. He's looking at man of the match again here. Our two biggest rivals also at 0-0. We need to find a goal. I think counter-pressing and getting stuck in this second half might be our best bet. So counter-press, and we're going to get stuck in this second half. Try and just hassle them off the ball a little bit more, exert a bit of that dominance. We were really good in the sort of final 10 minutes of that first period, so hopefully we can carry that one into the second half. The only good thing at the moment is that none of the teams directly above us are winning either, and Bolton have been equalised against too. Aoro, oh, what a ball for Miller! What a save from the goalkeeper. And distribute quickly as well, yeah. I just think maybe, because unfortunately they're pushed very high up that our centre-backs can't receive the ball without doing this, and the full-backs are marked up by their wingers as well. So if we could just get the ball up to someone like Thorpe, and win the ball in this area here, we might have more of a chance. Cope finds Miller again. Oh, that ball to Miller at the back post is on constantly. I'm actually going to get him to distribute to the flanks instead, because that seems to be where we're finding some space. We're going to go attacking for the final few minutes of this match, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough, and it looks like it's going to be another draw. Looks like it's going to be it, unless we come up with some magic here. Gribbin, no, that looks like it's going to be a lot. A 0-0 draw at home to 18th place Colchester is not what we really needed at this point in the season. We're just sort of hitting a few snags here. The fitness levels and the lack of squad depth in certain positions are starting to catch up. Not even the lack of depth, the lack of quality depth. So we can switch players out and have reasonable replacements, but they just don't have that extra cutting edge that we kind of need. So that's now 3 games without a win, 2 draws in today's episode. There's still points gained, but it's just a little bit worrying about our chances, because I think automatic is a bit of a stretch with the way the teams above us are playing, but playoffs is definitely where we need to be headed for this season. I'm totally fine with that, but we do need to make sure that we get it, you know? So I think we'll do Southend at home as our next live coming up, which means 6 matches off camera, which is quite a big batch, I'll agree, but I think we just need a big batch of games to really try and get some form going again, because as you can see, no win in the last 4 matches. In fact, I've just noticed that's no win in 6 league games. We've drawn 5 of our last 6 matches. That's a little bit worrying, actually. 3 0-0s in there, 2 1-1s, and a 3-4 defeat. Yeah, the form really does seem to have tailed off again. It's so strange the way that just keeps happening. It sort of comes and goes, and I expect we'll probably find another purple patch soon. Hopefully soon. Really soon, please. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, despite the sort of stumbling blocks we're going through at the moment, then do drop a like on the video. That would be awesome. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this in your inbox every single day at 6 o'clock. And I'll join you guys in the next episode for a game against Southend. Hopefully we can pick up a couple of league wins in that period too. That would be lovely. Maybe the game's updated and I just didn't know about it. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.